So here we are at the Oregon/California Trail. I don't know I guess that is Scotts Bluff right there, at the top. This sign is kind of interesting in that it makes the point that the travel was really both directions, because you'd have the people going west, obviously, going out to California or Oregon. But then some people were heading back, or army units, or traders, or whatever you might have there. So you actually had traffic both ways going through this pass, through this very narrow area. And I guess it could become congested at times. It's just not a lot of space between the two sides here. The sign over there says that this pass was impassable until 1851, and people had to take their wagons to the south and go an extra 8 miles. And then somebody cut an opening here, and then they were able to go through. You can see you've got pretty big mountains on each side of the trail here. Don't usually think of Nebraska as being mountainous, but this kind of reminds one of Utah a little bit. Do not climb on the wagon or the oxen. That is a formidable height. I'm on the foot trail right now, but I think you can see the tunnels up there. So that's the car path going up the side there. The Summit Road. Even from here, we're pretty far up, and we're only up a little bit. The museum here, this is pretty interesting. It says that people used to leave messages on skulls, on bison skulls, and wooden posts to give information to other people traveling. Here's a display in the museum. It says 500,000 people traveled these trails during the 1800s. It's quite a traffic backup. So here we are at the start of the trail. You can see we're going all the way around and up to the top there. So it's about a 450-foot elevation gain, which is not too bad, really. Have a trail right near my house, goes up the side of a hill, and it goes from 600 feet elevation to 1,000 and something elevation. So it's not too bad, and it's paved, so you're just walking. So this area, according to the video that they had in the visitor center, is part of an inland sea, which a whole lot of the central United States was originally part of an inland sea. But it's also mixed with volcanic ash. So this rock is not exactly sandstone, and it's not exactly ash, but it's a combination of the two, which makes it kind of interesting. For some scale, you can see the trees at the top. So just even this cliff right here is pretty big. This kind of thing is probably what the prairie was like back when people were passing, with these grasses and a lot of little burrs and things too. I suppose over time there was really a road, so they weren't really going through grass like this, they were going on the road. But this is what it would have been for hundreds of miles, this kind of grassland. which actually, of course, prevents erosion. It was the erosion of the grass that made for the Dust Bowl, of course, when so much of the prairies were plowed up and crops planted, and which worked fine when there was rain, but then when there was a drought, these kinds of things would still live through droughts, but the crops that they planted would not live through the droughts. Interesting little dry wash here along the trail. See all the trees growing down in there. So maybe all these places you see trees are where there is more water. Well, we came around a bend in the path, and you can see we're pretty much right at the base of the cliffs here. And it looks like there's sort of a pass up behind the Scotts Bluff area here. So this is all part of sort of one big formation, but we're kind of going up in the middle instead of on the left side, which we would do if we were in a car. So far, it's actually a fairly easy trail. I mean, it's paved, so that's good. It's not any scrambling to do or anything. But this is getting to be a steep part, definitely. So we'll see how it goes.
Start the trails in the road until 1935.
How they dug this out.
I don't know. It's soft.
Got like fingerprints in this stuff, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. People over the years. Because it's so soft.
I guess that would be Scotts Bluff. Oh, must be the North Platte River over there. That must be the river, I think. Well, here we are at the top of Scotts Bluff, and it's pretty interesting. I don't know if you can see it. Very far away here. That is actually Chimney Rock, which is another sort of iconic point on the Oregon Trail.
Did you take the picture?
Here's one of the very edges of the summit up here. It's like Badlands down there a little bit. It's kind of like the South Dakota or North Dakota Badlands a little bit.